Good day. I'm Dimas, and next to me is Dea, and this is a brief report on the cause of malnutrition in South Sudan. Based on information from a UNICEF press release, in South Sudan, malnutrition is a serious problem affecting many people, especially children. There are few main reasons for this crisis. First, ongoing conflict has made it hard for people to grow food and go to school. Many families have been forced to leave their home, making it difficult to find enough to eat. Second, the weather has been unpredictable due to climate change. Drought and flood have damaged crops and made it challenging to grow food. This has led food shortage and malnutrition. Lastly, healthcare is not always accessible in many parts of South Sudan. This means that when people get sick, they can't always get help they need, making malnutrition even more dangerous. In conclusion, the causes of malnutrition in South Sudan are complex, but they mainly include conflict, changing weather, and limited healthcare access. Organizations like UNICEF are working hard to provide assistance, but more help is needed to address this critical issue. For the next news segment, it will be presented by my colleague, Dea Asifa.
Thank you, Dimas. In the next segment, today we delve into the complex issue of the ongoing conflict in South Sudan, a nation that has faced turmoil for far too long. South Sudan, a relatively young country, gained its independence from Sudan in 2011 after years of civil war. Hopes were high for a brighter future, but sadly, those hopes have been marred by continuous conflict. The root causes of that conflict are multifaceted. Ethnic divisions of the power structures have played a significant role. The country is home to a diverse range of ethnic groups, and tension between them have erupted into violence. Leaders have fought for control and influence, often at the expense of the population well-being. Resource scarcity is another critical factor. South Sudan is rich in oil, which should have been a source of prosperity. However, this puts over oil revenue sharing have fueled conflict, leaving many communities impoverished. The consequences of this conflict have been devastating. Millions of Sudan have been displaced for their homes, either internally or as refugees in neighboring countries. Humanitarian crises, including food shortages and lack of basic service, have become widespread. Efforts to bring peace South Sudan have faced significant challenges. Numerous peace agreements have been sought only to be broken shortly after. International organizations and neighboring countries have attempted to mediate, but lasting peace remains elusive. However, there is always room for hope. The international community continues to work to alleviate the people of South Sudan have shown incredible resilience and a desire for peace. Civil society organizations, organization leaders, and individuals are working to bring defeats and promote reconciliation. For the next segment, it will be presented by colleagues Dimas Ayu Amarullah.
Thank you, Dea. In the next segment, we will bring you news about the impact of malnutrition in South Sudan. Based on information from a UNICEF press release, malnutrition in South Sudan is having a devastating effect, especially on children. The consequences are severe and far-reaching. Firstly, malnourished children face a higher risk of illness and infection. Their weakened immune system make it harder for them to fight off disease, leading to more frequent and severe illness. Secondly, malnutrition can cause stunted growth and development. Children who don't receive proper malnutrition during their early years may suffer from physical and cognitive impairment that can affect them throughout their life. Furthermore, the cycle of malnutrition can perpetuate poverty. Children who experience malnutrition are more likely to struggle in school and later in the workforce, per- perpetuating the cycle of poverty for generations. In conclusion, malnutrition in South Sudan not only affects individual children, but also has wider social and economic implications. Organizations like UNICEF are working tirelessly to provide aid and supporting to those affected, but a coordinated effort is needed to address this critical issue. Thank you for joining us for this important update. For the next new segment, it will be presented by my colleague, Dea Sifa.
In their current, South Sudan has grappled with conflict and humanitarian crises that have left millions displaced and in their need of assistance. However, international organizations, governments have been tirelessly working to alleviate the suffering and bring about lasting change. One of the key aspects of the relief efforts is providing much needed humanitarian aid. This includes food, clean water, shelter, and medical assistance to those affected by the conflict. Organizations like the United Nations and variants have been instrumental in delivering this assistance to people of South Sudan. Education is another curricular component of the relief efforts. Many children have been denied access to education due to conflict. Non-profits and educational institutions are working to establish safe spaces for learning, ensuring that the youth of South Sudan have access to education and chance for a brighter future. Efforts to promote peace and recruiting are also underway. Various peace agreements and negotiations have taken place to bring end to the violence and foster unity among different factions. International support and diplomatic channels are actively engaged in facilitating these peace talks. For much more economic development in financing initiative are being pursued to rebuild the nation infrastructure and create sustainable livelihoods and job creation are crucial to help South Sudan get back on its feet. Despite the challenges that present, there are serious commitment to improving the situation in South Sudan. The international community, governments, and organizations are collaborating to provide relief. Thank you for attention, and we apologize for any inconvenience. And Amelia Ashifa and my colleagues is Dimas Ayu Amarullah. We bid for well and expand to our gratitude. Thank you.